Most of the time, you know the basics of a place you're going to visit, the main sights to see, foods to eat, activities, nightlife, etc. You usually find them in a trusted travel guide or by doing some research on the internet. But more often than not, each and every country in the world has its own quirky customs and laws, including Greece, which you know nothing about. Some of these crazy facts can make you laugh or even land you a ticket if you're not careful. And you won't find them in just any guidebook or on your favorite travel app. So before you catch that plane to the Acropolis, check out this list of wacky facts about this great country and come prepared to win at Pub Night Trivia. Greece is often considered to be the world's first democracy. The Athenian democracy was a system dating back to the 5th century BC. It was a system of direct democracy, where citizens with voting rights voted directly on legislation and executive bills. However, participation at this point was not open to all residents. To vote, you had to be an adult and male citizen, so in other words, foreigners, women, and slaves had no rights to vote. One of the sunniest countries in the world. Did you know that the whole country has more than 250 days of sun on average? That's more than 3,000 sunny hours per year. Some islands even see around 300 days of sun per year. Greek food is world's famous and delicious. Tzatziki, feta cheese, moussaka, gyros, spanakopita, souvlaki, Greek salad, calamari, kleftiko, and many more dishes are all Greek foods that you should try when you visit Greece. 98% of the total population are ethnic Greeks, so almost everyone in Greece is an ethnic Greek, and the rest of the population are minorities, mainly from Albania, Armenia, Bulgaria, and North Macedonia. There are more than 2,000 islands. That's a lot of islands, but only 170 of them are populated. The other islands are uninhabited. 40% of the total population of Greece reside in its capital Athens. While tourists mostly think of the Greek islands, most Greeks actually live in the capital of Thessaloniki, which is the second largest city in Greece. 40% of the total population lives in Athens. Some of them also work on the islands during the summer, but many of them live in Athens. Ikaria is one of the world's blue zones where people have the longest lifespans. Do you want to live a long and healthy life? Then you should head to Ikaria and learn from the best. Ikaria is what the scientists call a blue zone, where people have the longest lifespans in the world. In total, there are 5 of them, and Ikaria is one of the 5 blue zones worldwide. Grandparents usually live with their children's family until they die. Children usually stay with their families until they marry, and their grandparents usually live with the family of their children until they die. There are very few retirement homes in the country, and generally, you keep the family close. At traditional Greek wedding, everyone dances and throws plates. While this is more of a traditional thing, it still occurs, and it's not only something you see in movies like My Big Fat Greek Wedding. There are more tourists in Greece than Greeks during summer. Did you know that the amount of tourists is more than double the amount of Greeks during the summer? It's one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. Greece has one of the richest varieties of wildlife in Europe. Home to 116 species of mammals, 18 species of amphibians, 59 species of reptiles, 240 species of bird, and 107 species of fish. Among these animals are the monk seal, the loggerhead sea turtle, and many more. Before we continue with this video, don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and share. Greek is the oldest written language still in existence. The Greek language is unique and has continuously been used for more than 5,000 years. This makes it the oldest written language still in existence, at least when you're looking at archaeological findings. The Greek language has also influenced the English language and the other language with several thousands of words. Try to learn a few Greek phrases before you visit. It will be much appreciated by the locals, especially by the older citizens. Greece isn't really the country's name. In fact, the country's real name is the Hellenic Republic, and also Hellas, which is the original word for Greece. The world's third leading producer of olives, the Greeks have cultivated olive trees since ancient times. Some olive trees planted in the 13th century are still producing olives. Alexander the Great was Greek. One of history's greatest warriors and leaders of all time was Greek. Alexander the Great conquered land all the way from Greece to Asia. His achievements and conquest gave rise to the later Hellenistic period. With an area of 50,949 square miles, Greece is roughly the size of Alabama. The population of Greece is more than 10 million people. Comparatively, the population of Alabama is around 4.5 million. According to Greek mythology, Athena and Poseidon agreed that whoever gave the city the best gift would become guardian over the city. Though Poseidon gave the gift of water, Athena's gift of an olive tree was deemed by the other gods to be more valuable. Continuously inhabited for over 7,000 years, Athens is one of the oldest cities in Europe. It is also the birthplace of democracy, Western philosophy, the Olympic Games, political science, Western literature, historiography, major mathematical principles, and Western theories of tragedy and comedy. Currently, Greek men must serve from 1 year to 18 months in any branch of the armed forces. The government spends 6% of the GDP on the military. Until the late 1990s, the greatest threat to Greece was Turkey, as the two nations have had historical disputes over Cyprus and other territory for decades. After coming to each other's aid after a devastating earthquake that hit both countries in 1999, their relationship was improved. In Greece, the dead are always buried because the Greek Orthodox Church forbids cremation. 5 years after a burial, the body is exhumed and the bones are first washed with wine and then placed in an ossuary. This is done in part to relieve the shortage of land in Greek cemeteries. Government corruption cost Greece about $1 billion in 2009. Currently, Greece's national debt is larger than the country's economy. Its crediting rank, or its perceived ability to repay debts, is lowest in the Eurozone. The European Union and the International Monetary Fund are considering a bailout package for the heavily indebted nation. Greeks do not wave with an open hand. In fact, it is considered an insult to show the palm of the hand with the fingers extended. Greeks wave with the palm closed. After giving a compliment, Greeks make a puff of breath through pursed lips, as if spitting. This is meant to protect the person receiving the compliment from the evil eye. The ancient Greeks are often called the inventors of mathematics because they were the first to make it a theoretical discipline. The work of a Greek mathematician such as Pythagoras, Euclid, Archimedes, and Apollonius lays at the basis of modern mathematics. The first historian is considered to be the Greek writer Herodotus, who lived from 484 to 425 years BC, the author of the first great book of history on the Greco-Persian Wars. Herodotus' book is a major symbol in the novel The English Patient. One of the dishes enjoyed by ancient Greek men at feasts was roast pig stuffed with thrushes, ducks, eggs, and oysters. Most feasts were for men only, though there were female entertainers. This was not considered a respectable occupation for women. The word tragedy is Greek for goat song because early Greek tragedies honored Dionysus, the god of wine, and the players wore goat skins. Tragedies were noble stories of gods, kings, and heroes. Comedy of revel, on the other hand, were about lower-class characters and their ancestors. About 10% of a Greek worker's pay is taken for taxes and another 10% for national health care. The government provides free hospitals and other medical services. The Greek flag includes 9 blue and white horizontal stripes, which some scholars say stand for the 9 syllables of the Greek motto Eleftheria ή Thanatos, or freedom or death. Blue represents gray sea and sky, while white stands for the purity of the struggle for freedom. In the upper left-hand corner is a traditional Greek Orthodox cross. Greece is the leading producer of sea sponges. You need a natural sponge for your shower? Greece is the best place to find it. You can even visit the islands where you can find them. Kalimonos. To go find your very own. Barbarian is actually a funny word. The origin of the word comes from the Greek barbaroi, which literally meant someone who doesn't speak Greek, because they sounded like some animal going bar bar bar. There's a reason for all the blue, and it's not because it's pretty. It is pretty, but the roofs in much of Greece were actually painted the highly recognizable shade of blue to ward off evil. They just want to dance. We all know that Greek dancing can commonly involve the breaking of dinnerware, but the Greeks love dancing so much that there are over 4,000 different kinds of traditional dances throughout the country. If If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up and share. Also, for more interesting videos, click on that subscribe button. Thank you.